What if the reason financial increase hasn't shown up in your life yet isn't because you haven't tried hard enough, and it isn't because you haven't prayed enough, but because God is waiting for a certain kind of maturity to form in you? And if you're wrestling with debt right now, or you feel pressure every time you open your bank app, please hear me clearly. This message is not here to condemn you. God isn't trying to shame you. He's trying to steady you. He's not looking for people with big wallets. He's looking for stewards, people he can trust with greater responsibility. Let's make this clear up front. God doesn't bless you so you can look important or flashy. God blesses you because he knows you'll handle it with wisdom, humility, and purpose for his kingdom. Today I'm going to share 6 evidences of maturity, 6 signs of stewardship that often show up before God entrusts someone with a larger seed. And stay with me until the end, because the 4th one is a turning point that many people miss. Not because it's complicated, but because it challenges our pride. I want you to picture God's provision like an endless ocean. God is not short on resources. God is not running out of supply. The question is not whether the ocean has enough. The question is whether we're bringing the right kind of container. If you bring a spoon-sized capacity, emotionally, spiritually, and financially, God will not pour a barrel-sized responsibility into your hands. Not because he's stingy, but because he's loving. He doesn't want abundance to become something that overwhelms you. Now, when I say a millionaire seed, I'm not talking about a lottery ticket. I'm not talking about a get-rich-quick fantasy. In the kingdom of God, a seed is often an entrusted opportunity. Sometimes that seed looks like an idea you didn't earn, a door that opens unexpectedly, a relationship that changes your path, or an offer that comes at exactly the right time. The seed is small enough to carry, but powerful enough to multiply if it's stewarded well. And here's the key. God doesn't just increase accounts. He increases trust. So what's the first evidence that you're becoming someone God can trust? First, faithfulness in the unseen. Jesus said in Luke 16:10, "Whoever is faithful in very little is also faithful in much." God doesn't test your character when you're on a stage. God tests it in the quiet places. How you handle small amounts, how you handle routine bills, whether you're honest when nobody's watching, whether your yes still means yes, whether your giving is sincere, even when it's unseen. These are the places where maturity is formed. And I want to say this gently. If we're careless with little, more won't automatically fix it. More often, more simply magnifies it. So here's a simple question. If your last 30 days of spending told the story of your heart, what story would it tell? Second, order in your finances. Many people pray for new income while ignoring current leaks. The book of Haggai describes people who earn money, but it's like putting it into a bag with holes. A bag with holes isn't just about income. It's about stewardship. It's about patterns. It's about lack of clarity. When finances have no order, stress multiplies. And when stress multiplies, bad decisions follow. Bringing order doesn't mean perfection. It means honesty. It means clarity. It means saying, God, I want to steward what I have before I ask for more. Order invites alignment, not hype, not pressure, alignment. Pause for a moment. Be honest with yourself. If God looked at your last 30 days, would he see a steady steward or a stressed consumer trying to cope? No shame, just clarity. Third, skill is stewardship. There's a harmful misunderstanding that says prayer is spiritual, but skill is worldly. The truth is, wisdom is spiritual. Growth is stewardship. Ecclesiastes teaches that if the axe is dull, you need more strength, but wisdom helps you succeed. In other words, when you sharpen the axe, the work becomes lighter. Learning how money works, improving your craft, becoming more excellent at what you do, communicating better, managing time better, gaining competence. This is not pride. This is stewardship. Because God may open a door, but skill helps you stay standing when you walk through it. I think of someone I know, a believer in his late 40s. He wasn't looking for a miracle check. He was looking for stability. He had a family, bills, and that quiet fear that the future might get tighter instead of better. He prayed yes, but he also did something humble. He admitted, I need to grow. He asked for help. He learned how to organize his money. He sharpened one skill that made him more valuable at work. And he stayed faithful in small steps for months when nobody was applauding. Then one day a door opened, not a jackpot, a responsibility, a new role, a bigger assignment. And because his character and skill had grown, that opportunity didn't crush him. It lifted his household. Sometimes the seed comes disguised as responsibility. Fourth, courageous obedience without rushing. This is the willingness to let God lead you out of comfort, even if it looks unimpressive to other people. It's the humility to start again if necessary. It's the strength to choose obedience over image. But let me be very clear. Obedience does not mean rushing ahead of God. It does not mean panic decisions. It does not mean pressure. True obedience is action that follows peace, not pressure. It's moving when God gives clarity, not when anxiety pushes you. Many people miss opportunities, not because they lack faith, but because they're addicted to approval. They're afraid of looking foolish. They're afraid of being a beginner again. But God can entrust greater influence to a heart that is still enslaved to what people think. So ask yourself, is there a step you already know you should take that you've been delaying because you don't want to look small? Fifth, the conduit mindset, open hands with wise generosity. God is not searching for reservoirs that only store. God is looking for conduits that can carry blessing with wisdom. Here's a simple principle. If God can move resources through your hands with humility and purpose, He can trust you with more. Generosity isn't about a number, it's about freedom. A free heart can hold money without worshiping it. A free heart can release money without fearing it. And generosity doesn't mean being impulsive. It means being intentional, wise, prayerful, aligned. It means your money has a mission, not an ego. So ask yourself, if God increased you, who would it help first? Your household? Your community? Someone who needs hope? Sixth, steadfastness, slow growth that lasts. Proverbs 13:11 teaches that dishonest money dwindles, but whoever gathers little by little makes it grow. This is where many people get tired because God's process often looks slower than we want. And in that slow season, shortcuts become tempting. But mature stewards don't chase shortcuts. They build stability. They stay consistent. They keep sharpening the axe. They keep showing up. They keep trusting God's timing. Steadfastness is proof that you can carry weight over time, not just get excited for a week. So here's your question. Can you stay faithful when progress is quiet? Now lean in, because this is where everything stands firm or collapses. Don't miss this last piece. The final evidence, the safeguard for every kind of increase, is the fear of the Lord. And I don't mean being terrified of God. I mean a holy reverence that keeps your heart clean, a deep respect that keeps you humble, a steady awareness that success is never your identity, because money without reverence can feed pride. Influence without reverence can poison character. Opportunity without reverence can pull a person away from what matters most. But when the fear of the Lord is your anchor, success doesn't ruin you. It strengthens you. It doesn't make you loud. It makes you grounded. And I want you to remember this simple framework, something you can carry into every season. Clean hands, calm heart. Courageous obedience, clean hands, integrity. Calm heart, peace and discernment. Courageous obedience, moving when God leads. When those three are present, you don't have to chase blessing like a desperate person. You can walk steadily and trust God's timing. And let me add one important balance. Not because God is rewarding performance, but because He honors stewardship. If you feel God is working on one of these areas in you right now, that's not a reason to feel discouraged. It may be a sign that He's preparing you, strengthening your capacity so you can carry more without breaking. So tell me in the comments, which quality do you feel God is building in you most right now? And to make it simple, choose a lane. Type A if you feel God is preparing you. Type B if you feel God is calling you to take an obedient step.